Hi, this is Chloe from Unlock, and we are joined by Tom Weightman, who is a third year at Cardiff University on the second rugby team. Tom, what does your rugby training at normal times look like?
We'd train twice a week most days, which was a Monday and a Tuesday, and we'd play our fixtures on a Wednesday. Training would, it would be in the evening on the Mondays and the Tuesdays, usually at 6:30, 7.
And how many people are on your team?
Obviously you've got your 15 match players. We had to travel with a match day 21, which is a full squad, and then you also take 2 reserves. So your usual, the usual number that you'd travel away with would be 23. And to training, I think you could expect about 30 boys. I played since I was 6, and ever since then, I think it's been a fundamentally important part of my life, really. So much so that actually rugby really influenced my decision to come to Cardiff. They are in the top league of university rugby, Bucks Super Rugby, and I was relishing the chance to play in almost like a semi-professional program while also balancing my studies.
Okay, and how have lockdown restrictions affected your training?
Well, for a long period in the first lockdown, training was not on at all. Then over the summer, I think it came back for various clubs in fits and starts. The university's pre-season was incredibly limited. And now there is training going on with no contact. It's training for nothing. We don't have any matches coming up, which is ultimately why we play. The team's main interest is doing well now, next year and in the years to come. And unfortunately, that's meant third years like myself have really been pushed to the side in favour of second years, freshers, and players coming through.
How has this affected your motivation?
I mean, look, for the last 2 years, I think those training days have been a fundamental part of my weekly routine, and I think there's something to be said, for the benefits of sport, etc. But I certainly think one of them that you can't really measure, but I think certainly for me is a thing, is just the effect it has on your day, your productivity, how you're feeling.
What impact do you think that these lockdown restrictions are having now and in the long term on the mental and physical well-being of you and your teammates?
I mean, in the immediacy, I don't feel match fit. And there's only so much kind of, going to the gym and running can do. The mental well-being side of things really affects some people. And that's more than just the release of actually playing. It's the community, the social aspect of rugby is so important, especially at university. And I think, it gives an awful lot of boys that do it, and girls, everyone that partakes, just a fun environment to be in, to balance with your studies. And it really, really does help. I haven't seen a lot of my friends, yet at university. And then obviously the physical side of things, I think any exercise is good exercise, is the phrase, isn't it? And it's taking a bit of exercise away. I think what I'm nervous about going forward is uncertainty. It's when am I going to get to play rugby again? Is it this year? Is it next? And then by that time, people are settling down, having, trying to find a career and whatever. And it's even harder to balance your time with things you enjoy. So those are my worries. But I think, there's a plethora of issues and ways that lockdown has impacted the game. Many arguments have been pushed, that the healthier someone is, the less likely they are to suffer from the virus itself. But I just think Britain is, for the size of our country, we're one of the greatest sporting nations on the planet. We excel in just about every field, and I just think it's a real shame.